If you visit the Rippaverse, you'll see just how I move differently. Got more arm hair than an armchair. That's why they call me Papa Bear, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it. My business got so many factors, and I got so many detractors. Those suckers gonna need to me, and ISIM's gonna sue me, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it. Got 100,000 comics without any buyers, and a lot of insurance for warehouse fires, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. I sold 3D assets to a bunch of asshats for a pile of cash that's all gone up in smoke, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it what it is what it is, and that's it.
All right, everybody, what's up? Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the audio's working. Where's my fucking mouse? Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. What a nightmare. Ugh. I really don't have much to talk about this evening. We're going to be hanging out for a little bit. It's a new year. New year, new me. What am I going to do? Who knows? Yeah, one of the things I kind of plan to do throughout the year is just kind of speak less about what my plans are, because I notice when I talk about my plans, nothing goes according to plan. So you know what? I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm going to stumble around a bit, but I'll land on my feet, I'm sure of it. So let me go ahead and do the spiel before we get started. There we go. Okay, cool. Hopefully everybody's well. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. All right. So, greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me on another exciting episode of the Watchfrogs. We go live every Tuesday night on the Watchfrogs channel, which is home to the Fake Crimes docuseries, a variety of other videos, and of course, the Watchfrogs podcast. You can enjoy the show live on a variety of platforms like BitChute, Rumble, Trovo, dlive, Kick, Twitch, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube, for those who prefer an audio-only experience of the show. You can head over to my Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts exist. Links are in the description. And if you wish to support the show and help keep the Watchfrogs independent, feel free to head over to my Subscribe Star page, Locals page, or perhaps toss a generous donation to my Cash App. You can also Super Chat. All Super Chats are read and very much appreciated. Once again, links are all in the description, wherever you may be enjoying the show. So, guys, the big topic tonight is the Venezuela debacle that went down, and a lot of people have thoughts, man. Of course, I'm here only to predict the future, to predict the outcome of this event, and talk about where Trump did good and where he did bad on the subject of capturing the president, or I guess the former president of Venezuela. He's not even the president of Venezuela. He was an illegitimate tyrant who decided not to ever leave office. This is a person who is responsible for a mass exodus of his own people in his own country. So yeah, the world is glad to be rid of him. I can't be on too long because I'm expecting my food to be dropped off, and you know how people are. I'm not about eating on the stream. I did that once and I got bitched at for it. So Killer Chris G, rope live stream win. I don't know what you mean by that. Rexus Colovret, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but hello. Jay Dallas, what's up, man? You think Trump will let him go if he says that they were involved in stealing the election? I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. especially in regards to importing an international criminal allegedly, and that person claiming to be, the leader of a sovereign nation. Why they chose the Southern District of New York, I have no idea. I've spoken about the Southern District of New York for a very long time and how untrustworthy and duplicitous those people are. And new evidence was just entered on the record in court, and I believe we're going to see a lot more evidence just flow through towards this case. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. What I like here, I'm going to start with what I like about what Trump did. First off, nobody, including myself, really has an idea as to what he's doing. European leaders are basically demanding that the United States government, or maybe more specifically the military, they want them to explain themselves. They want the United States to explain themselves as to why they are engaged in, these military campaigns, or as I like to put it, a lawful arrest of an international criminal who absolutely has it coming. So nobody knows. Nobody knows why he's doing what he's doing. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a wonderful thing. I keep seeing all the kids say you got to hide your power level. For those of us who know philosophy, who love the great Stoics of the past, who are well versed and have read The Art of War, not just by Sun Tzu, but by Machiavelli, and Art of the Deal. You can't just blow your load and just let everybody know what you're doing. I think that's a really stupid thing to do. And this is a pattern and a trend that I've been seeing from the President of the United States. The journalists will ask him, well, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do with this thing? What are you going to do with that person? He's like, why the fuck would I tell you? That's his response. He's like, why the hell would I tell you? And I think that's the right thing to do. Nobody has a clue. Now, I see what is happening, and I can come to some logical conclusions. I can see where the exposure is. So the good. No one knows what he's doing. I think that's great. A lot of the bad people are left in the dark. Congress is even complaining about them not being, informed about this lawful arrest of the communist dictator Nicolas Maduro. Fuck him. You know what? If they were to be warned, they would call Nicolas Maduro and he would have escaped. That's just how it is. You can't tell people what you're going to do or they're going to fuck up your plans. Even in real life, like let's say you are, a young person and you're going to be planning to go to college. You're going to get, this specific education. You're going to work in this specific field. Just don't fucking tell anybody. It's nobody's business. Do what you're supposed to do. Kick ass and just shut up and succeed. Trump is just shutting up and succeeding, and again, the mission went off without a hitch. I think that's a good thing. No Americans were killed. I think that's a good thing. We would never hear the end of it if somebody were to have tragically lost their life. The casualties on the Venezuelan side, I don't care about the mercenaries or the military people, but it seems like there might have been a few innocent casualties, but they might have been related to the actual families. Again, the left isn't making a big stink about it, which probably means only the bad people were killed. Which again, I don't want innocent people getting hurt. I'm not cheering violence on innocent people. I've never done that, and I never will. So I think that's a good thing. It's another really good thing. But the bad though, Trump is not doing a really great job on selling this campaign of apprehending this lawless criminal, Nicolas Maduro. But he's being blunt about it, which is kind of cool. And it appears that it is very popular to say, yeah, we're going in there. We got rid of this criminal. And we're also taking all the oil. And it seems President Trump just reported it moments ago that the interim government, the interim authorities, whatever that may be or look like in Venezuela, they're handing it all over. They're handing over the oil as we speak right now. So this is fantastic. And, if gas goes down to $1, within the next month or two, this is a huge win. And Nicolas Maduro is gone. In regards to the election stuff, apparently nobody has seen it yet. There are a handful of people that are in the know, but as far as I know, again, Trump is hiding his power level. He's remaining silent on the topic. He's definitely exercising his stoic energy, if you will, and it's probably eating him up alive because he wants it. He wants us all in on it, right? We're not just passively a part of this journey. We're there, and it's intimate, and it's happening so quickly. I think the world changed long before this happened. The world dramatically changed, and nobody has no idea what's coming. A lot of people are changing up as a result of what has transpired at the Southern District of New York. What has transpired with the Minneapolis fraud, what's transpired in Venezuela, which seems to be like the hub for all kinds of nefarious activity. It's almost like the brown Ukraine. It's weird. I think the midterms are going to go in the favor of the Republicans. Granted, they got to do a few things to win back key voters. People on the Epstein list, the so-called Epstein list, they do need to be arrested. Nicolas Maduro is going to have to sing like a canary and hand over the goods in regards to election rigging and other nefarious activity. Venezuela, it's not like this like podunk, shithole from the third world. These guys were actively involved in, specifically the president of Venezuela, the so-called president of Venezuela. He was involved in importing violent criminals into the United States. Those people, the operatives, I think they're bioweapons, if I'm being real with you guys. These guys were graping, they were killing, they were dealing, they were doing all sorts of nefarious stuff. And a lot of these bioweapons that are imported into the country, they do get involved in politics. They do get involved in the electoral process. So we see a lot of it. We see a lot of that. And you know what? It's got to be put to a stop, and it was put to a stop thanks to the president of the United States. I don't think the country would have survived a Kamala Harris presidency. We would probably be incredibly poor, destitute, mass violence and criminality all throughout the country, and erosion of our freedoms. We would be at a point where it would be impossible to crawl out of the hole that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz would put us in. Tim Walz would never have been exposed as the key fraudster in the Minneapolis Somali fraud saga. The Kamala FBI would have protected him, and that would have been it. We would have been fucked. We got 20 million bioweapons imported into the country. There would be another 20 million imported into the country. With the help of all these NGOs, all these fake phony charities like Catholic Charities, they're one of the worst offenders. People want to, make fun of the LINQS Center and all these other Somali groups. They're pretty bad, but those people are low IQ ghetto shitters, and they're not capable of pulling off a sophisticated fraud scheme that we're seeing unfold right before us. They could only do so with the help of people like Tim Walz and all these other clerks in government who are the enemy of the United States citizenry. And again, charities like the Catholic Charities, they're engaged in human trafficking. Full stop. They're engaged in all sorts of nefarious activities. That's why I don't donate to charities anymore. I don't donate to anything. I don't give a fuck about anything anymore like that. No one's gonna get my money. And I suggest to everybody, just stop donating money to anything. Like it's worthless unless it's like a GoFundMe to an individual like Shiloh Hendricks, who's a total babe, by the way. She deserves it, because I'm tired of innocent families being crushed by the boot of these diversity thugs. Let me read some of these comments before we continue, because there's a couple funny things that I want to address here. Okay, I'm being called a Jew in the chat. So I guess nothing's really changing in the year. Gio doesn't know this is me because I'm not using a display name. Pam Bondi and the machine gun charges. She really is anti-gun. I don't know why she's doing that. There's some theories as to why she's latching on those machine gun charges, which, by the way, I think are like insanely old. But whatever, man. I think the prosecution or the so-called trial is not really the point, and I think we're going to find that out really soon. Yeah, I had to change my Mr. in my tag, Mr. Culverat, to Rex's Culverat, because YouTube no longer displays usernames. Wait, what? Why? That's so weird. Yeah, dude, that's so weird. Yeah, like, dude, YouTube is, or Google is like doxing people. Like, people are posting like the most insane shit, and it's like their real name. I mean, I don't really care. I'm not a fucking bitch ass Karen, so I'm not narking on people. But that is happening. If you're not careful, I mean, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Let me make sure that BitChute and Rumble are working, you guys. Give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on with BitChute. Like, most of the time it works, but like right now it's like not working, and it's making me pretty upset. All right, so let's see what's going on. Let me see what my Rumblers are doing, what my Rumblers are up to. Okay, so Rumble chat, what's up, man? All right, so we're looking pretty good on Rumble. Let's go over to BitChute. Let's see what's going on with my bitches. Let's go to the watchfrogs channel really quick. And it says I'm streaming another like episode, but I'm not. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. The stream has not started yet. Really? It says that I started it. I don't understand. That's so weird. That's so bizarre. Okay, I'm just gonna have to assume BitChute is like broken or something because I'm totally doing everything correct here. Let me refresh it. Maybe refreshing it will fix it. Nope, it's saying I haven't started it. Whatever that means. Goy Cattle Geo approved. Let me see. Hold on. What am I reading here? Namely, the American Communist Party is making a big stink about it. No surprise. Yeah, I'm gonna go jam out to all the Hail Shadow BRB. I don't know why I'm a Goy cattle. That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. The left is collectively losing their shit, as you stated. And one of the key criticisms people are trying to levy at the president is that there was no national security threat. Everything was kosher. There was no need to go in and arrest Maduro. Unknown to them. It seems like a lot of these Democrats seem to have selective amnesia, but President Barack Hussein Obama, he himself declared the situation in Venezuela a national security threat. Maduro's bounty was increased even during Joe Biden's illegitimate presidency. And it was also, even Chris Murphy, he's trying to come out and talk all tough and say like Orange Man bad and all this other nonsense. But this guy essentially called for the removal of Nicolas Maduro prior to President Trump returning rightfully to the White House. And that seems to be the trend. Is a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of dishonesty. And again, it seemed like this was a relatively easy thing to do. I like the Asmongold's commentary, how the war on terror in the Middle East was completely fake. It was like kayfabe. It didn't have to be that way. A lot of American soldiers lost their lives, and a lot of Middle Eastern people lost their lives. There was, trillions of dollars just basically lit up in a pit of fire. And we had to pay for it. We paid for it through a horrific recession. There was a massive mismanagement of the economy, massive mismanagement of taxpayer funds. And as a result, people died. We went to war. The war lasted for over 20 years where we failed to achieve victory. It was a great humiliation that was put upon the American people at the hands of Joe Biden, the illegitimate president of the United States at the time, all because he had this narcissistic, attitude about who should receive the credit for the end of the war, which was the deal was brokered by our beloved President Trump. So yeah, all of this is connected, guys. All of this is connected. It's absolutely insane. Just all these threads just being pulled together. Maduro, the Middle East, etc. But yeah. Let's look at this article really quick. So Maduro says he's open to talks with Trump, but won't comment on U.S. Strike on Venezuelan docks. So prior to Maduro being locked up at the Southern District in New York, or wherever he's locked up, it's not the Southern District in New York. That's a court. Yeah, like earlier that morning, before the epic fucking Call of Duty style attack on Venezuela, he's like, yeah, I'm open to talks. Yeah, I'll talk with Trump. Let's get this over with. And he doesn't want to bring up the dock because this makes Maduro look bad. So Maduro was talking tough. He was doing the TikTok dancing, being a fucking F-slur. And and that was also one of the catalysts for Trump going in there. He's like, yeah, dude, this guy's mocking us. He's TikTok dancing on live television. He's he's literally calling me a coward and daring me to go get him. And he did. Trump did go in there and get him. The Delta boys, they dealt with his fat ass real good. So Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has said he is open to negotiating with Washington to combat drug trafficking, and the first sign that sustained U.S. pressure is taking its toll on the embattled South American leader, the false leader. So this is already fake news, ladies and gentlemen. This is fake news. The U.S. government knows because we told many of their spokespeople that if they want to seriously discuss an agreement to combat drug trafficking, we're ready, Maduro said in a taped interview aired Thursday on state TV channel, blah, blah, blah. But in his wide-ranging conversation with Spanish journalist Ignacio Romanet, he declined to comment on an alleged ground attack on the docking facility along Venezuela's shoreline last month, which some media reports said was conducted by the CIA. Yeah, that's probably true. All this is probably true. And this is a glaring failure and a sign of weakness for the fat guy, Nicolas Maduro, the fat Latinx communist tyrant Nicolas Maduro. He's like, oh, I'm so tough and awesome. Look at me, I'm Latinx. And then, the motherfucking dudes in glasses from America show up and they fuck things up, and he couldn't handle it. He couldn't take the heat. So of course he's going to omit any details or comment on it because it's a stain on his reputation. And then later that night, while he's in his panties, the Delta Force, they show up with their big dicks, and then they take him and his fat wife into custody, and they're arrested, and they humiliated him, and it was awesome. I think the mission was so successful. I think it was significantly shorter than the average Call of Duty video game mission, and I think that's great. Dude, how epic would it be if like Infinity Ward's like, yeah, I know everybody hates new Call of Duty games, so we're not going to make them in the future anymore because all those games are kind of dog shit. Except for Infinity War, that was kind of cool. And we're going to go back in time, and it's going to be more realistic and gritty and awesome. We're going to return to our roots, and they're going to feature this as like one of the opening games, which, by the way, Call of Duty did. There was that dickhead general, I forget his name, over in Iran, and he was like hanging out with his goons, and then, Trump and his boys, they just drop a bomb on his face, and that was the end of him. The guy was basically like posting all these memes on the internet, shitting on our beloved president. And then of course Trump, he memed himself into the grave. Absolutely hilarious. Nicolas Maduro memed himself into a United States holding cell. He did it to himself. He shouldn't have been singing that shitty song from John Lennon, another communist, by the way, who had it coming, if you know what I mean. All right, so let me read some of this stuff. Goyo is homosexual. That is not true. My name is not Nicholas J. Fuentes. Goyo was drinking bleach when Maduro was captured. Why would I be drinking bleach? One of Maduro's security guards. What do you like? Okay, I'm not going to read that. Let's see. For no reason, pee pee poo poo. That is all. For no reason, that is an excellent point, and I both agree and disagree with that statement. However, what do I think is going to happen electorally? I think this is going to be good for the electorate, for the GOP at the very least, or at least for Trump. The thing is, Trump is going to make the midterms about himself, so they're definitely going to be voting when he's doing his rallies and he's bragging about all his accomplishments. I think the price of oil is going to go down significantly. We're probably going to see that in about a month and a half. If the Republicans do not retake or maintain their majority in the House and the Senate, they'll probably successfully impeach President Trump. And if they lose the Senate, or I don't even know if it, dude, because there's so many backstabbers in the Senate, I don't think it matters. I think if Trump loses or does really poorly in the midterms, the Republicans will go along with the impeachment and he will be deposed. And all of his cabinet members will also be impeached and probably thrown in jail. Pam Bondi comes to mind, Kash Patel, maybe Dan Bongino, I don't know. Lee Zeldin, Harmy Dillon, yeah, they'll go after every single one of those people. I mean, this is the world that we're living in. President Trump is even stating quite clearly that they're going to impeach him after the midterms, depending on how poorly or how great, the Democrats do. And I'm almost certain that there are even Republicans that are willing to do that. And I pray that they are that stupid. The sooner that we can destroy the Republican Party, the better. Jared Catcher on the right and now wants to destroy Mamdi? What's Mamdol? I don't know what that is. Maduro is wider than Geo, just saying. First off, no, he's not. That is a lie. okay, for no reason. How dare you say that? Hold up. No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm not even from the region, so yeah, dude, this guy's like pure Latinx. And he is brown as shit. And these aren't even like the good pictures, even like in good lighting, like he's dark as fuck. So he got exactly what's coming to him. But anyways, oh yeah, the election. Yeah, I don't really see that many downsides to it. However, this would be very catastrophic. Let's say, for an example, there's like this epic uprising. There's a lot of unrest, and it would be a direct result, and if it's a direct result of this, I guess, so-called kidnapping of Maduro, yeah, that's gonna be really bad. That's gonna be really bad for the president, because we've seen so many glaring failures from Biden, from Obama, from Bush. And President Trump doesn't have that stain on him. But if he does get that stain on him, I think it's going to be the end of him. He will be impeached, and his cabinet members will be impeached, and they will be thrown in jail, and then they would come for us. And then the Democrats would sweep in 2028. And yeah, there goes the American experiment. They're going to destroy it. Turn the filters off. Wait, hold up. Turn the filters off. Joe's brown as a brick. I don't have any filters. I don't know what you're talking about. These aren't filters. This is my authentic skin color. I'm actually much lighter. It's just I go outside a lot, so I'm tan as fuck. Brown. Okay. I can't even I can't even see what that emoji is. Orange raised eyebrow. Hold on. Let me go on YouTube so I can see what that emoji is. So this can make more sense to me. Hold up. I need to see. Come for us. Whoa. Look. Okay, as soon as you guys get porn brain, that's when you guys go too far. I don't want to read that at all. Hold on. Let me. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Dude, that emoji looks really anti-Semitic. How do I delete that emoji? How do I delete this emoji? That's really gross, you guys. What the fuck? Dude, those are the emojis you guys have been posting? These are so gross and anti-Semitic. I'm so disappointed in the chat. I thought you guys would leave all this hate behind in the previous year, but I guess not. What's up, Mitigate? I appreciate you joining. Okay, so now they're spamming that emoji. Well, you know what? The show must go on. We got to make fun of... you know what? This is probably like a quasi-hoax hate. Yeah. So inside an ICE air flight, attendants on deportation planes say disaster is only a matter of time. Oh, well, you know, dude, first off, I fucking hate flight attendants. I hate flight attendants as much as I hate teachers, public education teachers, clerks in government. Flight attendants are so fucking uppity and stuck up and snooty. I can't stand them. I don't like flight attendants. I get, look, maybe some of them are nice people, but I personally don't like them. So, again, flight attendants on deportation planes say disaster is only a matter of time. Oh, well, the flight attendants are weeping for the illegal alien invaders that are being deported from our country. Rightfully so, by the way. And I guess we got to stop. We should just stop the planes because the disaster is imminent. I'm sure. So there's a cartoon image of a very scared flight attendant. She's got this worried expression on her face, and you got this big ass dude, and he's folding his arms and he's looking menacingly at these illegal aliens being sent back to their country. So let's see what she has to say. The deportation flight was in the air over Mexico when chaos erupted in the back of the plane. The flight attendant recalled a little girl had collapsed. She had a high fever and was taking ragged, frantic breaths. The flight attendant, a young woman who went by the nickname Lala, said she grabbed the plane's emergency oxygen bottle and rushed past rows of illegal alien invaders, chained at the wrists and ankles to reach the girl and her parents. Based. Dude, based. I didn't even know these were the conditions on the plane. Unbelievably based. God bless Trump. By then, Lala was accustomed to the hard realities of working charter flights for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. She learned to obey instructions, not to look the passengers in the eyes, not to greet them or ask about their well-being. But until the girl collapsed, Lila had managed to escape an emergency. Lala worked for Global Crossing Airlines, the dominant player in the loose network of deportation contractors known as ICE Air. Dude, that's so base. Global X, as the charter company is also called, is lately in the news. 2 weeks ago, it helped the Trump administration fly hundreds of Venezuelans to El Salvador despite a federal court order blocking deportations, triggering a showdown that experts fear could become a full-blown constitutional crisis. No, there's no such thing as a constitutional crisis, especially in regards to this matter. They are illegal alien invaders. They need to be deported. Where they are deported to, who knows? Who cares? Not our problem. Don't like it. Don't come here illegally. Period. In interviews with ProPublica, Lala and 6 other current and former Global X flight attendants provided a window into a part of the deportation process that is rarely seen and little understood. For illegal alien invaders who have spent months or years trying to reach this country and live here, it is the last act, the final bit of America they may experience. Oh, boo-hoo. All but one of the flight attendants requested anonymity or asked that only a nickname be used, fearing retribution or black marks as they looked for new jobs in an insular industry. Yeah, flight attendant gigs are they're kind of like that. But because ICE Global X and other charter carriers did not respond to questions after being provided with details lists of the story's findings, the flight attendants' individual accounts are hard to verify. Okay, so we can probably disregard this as total fiction, which is why I'm playing the hoax hate music. So this is probably a hoax hate for sure, but the stories are consistent with one another. They were probably coached, or this is just completely made up. They are also generally consistent with what has been said about ICE Air in legal filings, news accounts, academic research, and publicly released copies of the ICE Air Operations Handbook. So again, these people could be coached. This could be a total work of fiction by these activist flight attendant douchebags who, you know, read the news and do the research, which is really hard to do. I mean, you can just ask ChatGPT and it'll come up with the stuff for you. That morning over Mexico, Lala said the girl's oxygen saturation level was 70%, perilously low compared with a healthy person's 35% or higher. Her temperature was 102 degrees. The flight had a nurse on contract who worked alongside the security guards. But beyond giving the girl Tylenol, the nurse left the situation in Lala's hands, she recalled. Lala broke the rule about talking to detainees. The parents told Lala their daughter had a history of asthma. The mom, who Lala said had epilepsy, seemed on the verge of her own medical crisis. Yeah, so these people seem like they're going to be a strain on American society, and they are here illegally. It is good that they are being removed from the country and they can get more affordable health care in their native land. I don't know. I just keep hearing that the Latin American countries, they just do healthcare way better than the United States, and we're retarded Neanderthals or something like that. Lala placed the oxygen mask on the girl's face. The nurse removed her socks to keep her from further overheating. Lala counted down the minutes, praying for the girl to keep breathing. Oh, wow. The stories shared by ICE Air flight attendants paint a different picture of deportations from one presented to the public, especially under President Donald Trump on social media. The White House has depicted a military operation carried out with ruthless efficiency base, using Air Force C-17s, ICE agents in tactical vests, and soldiers in camo. The reality is 85% of the administration removal flights, 254 flights as of March 21st, according to the advocacy group, witnessed at the border, have been on charter planes. Military flights have now all but ceased. While there are ICE officers and hired security on the charters, the crew members on board are civilians, ordinary people swept up in something most didn't knowingly sign up for. Yeah, if they don't like it, they can quit, and somebody more deserving can take that job. Let me see. Oh, look, Kind Chaz is in the chat. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, dude. Hopefully the new year is treating you good. Okay. I'm being called Goyo. God damn it. Let's see. Chaz is challenge you to Beyblade Duel. I don't know what that is. You guys are being nerds. If it's not related, I'm not reading it. Something about item bounce from Kirby Air Raid. Okay, I don't care about any of that shit. Let's see. Let's continue this fake story here. Welcome home, Zombie Bomb. Welcome home. Hold up. Somebody calling me? Ooh, hold up. Wow, I'm trying to help this guy, and he's being a fucking idiot about about things. Whatever. Not my problem. It says. All right. So, where's my cursor at? There it is. All right. But as the airline grew, more and more of its planes were filled with illegal alien invaders in chains base. Some flight attendants were livid about it. They can go fuck themselves. Last year, an anonymous Global X employee sent an all caps, all staff screed that ricocheted around the startup. Where is the company going? The email asked. You signed a 5-year contract with ICE. What happened to this becoming a prestige charter airline? What? Brown people on your plane offends you? Fuck yourself, dude. One flight attendant said he kept waiting for the sports teams his new bosses had talked about as he flew deportation routes. You know, the NFL charters, the NBA charters, whatever the hockey one is, he said. Yeah, this is how vain and disgusting these flight attendants are. Just absolutely scum. It's like, ew, dude, I don't want to deal with these dirty brown criminals. I want to see superstar athletes. I want to see hockey players, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be around all these brown people. It's your fucking job, dude. You don't get to choose who goes on that plane. Fuck you. Yeah, dude, you don't hate flight attendants enough. A second said his planes, air conditioning kept breaking, an experience consistent with at least 2 publicly reported onboard incidences, and their lavatories kept breaking, something another flight attendant reported as well, but the planes kept flying. They made us flush with water bottles, he said. But the flight attendants were most concerned about their inability to treat their passengers humanely and to keep them safe. In a publication capital in Maine that the agency follows best practices, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all that shit. They were worried about what would happen in an emergency. Could they really get over 100 chained passengers off the plane in time? No, they're fucked. These people are criminals. And yeah, by the way, you're not supposed to look criminals in the eye at all. Like out here in Vegas, like for newcomers, like people who just move out here or whatever, I always tell them, like, you're going to see a lot of homeless people. They're going to be on fentanyl. They're going to be all fucked up on drugs. They're going to, you know, just be disgusting and dirty. Needles in their arms and all. You can't look them in the eyes. There's going to be thugs rolling, you know, walking down the street, you know, pushing products and whatnot. And you can't look them in the eye. You're never allowed to look these people in the eye, or it's fucking over for you. They'll just hone in on you. That's just how criminals are. That's how these ghetto dirty people are. It's just a bad idea. You know, they'll put wickedness in your mind. It's really important to keep that in mind if you want to survive on the streets. No eye contact. So yeah, they know what's up. They worried about what would happen in an emergency. Read that. They never taught us anything regarding the immigration flights. One said they didn't tell us these people were going to be shackled, wrists to fucking ankles. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a criminal. They you know, you're restrained. You know, you're a flight risk. You're a risk to Western civilization, and you need to be deported back home, and they need to do so safely, especially with all the other souls on board. They can't risk, you know, one guy going AWOL. Again, a lot of these people are rapists, domestic violence, you know, convicted criminals, you know, drug dealers, suspected drug dealers, everything in between. There's just no need to take the risk. Again, if this bothers you, flight attendant, get a job at the Humane Society. You know, go work at a church. I wish I could 3D print a mantle troop mask. I don't know what that is. That would look so cool at a convention. Send me an image of what that is. I could probably make one for you, Chaz, if you want. Let's see. Let's continue. We have never gotten a clear answer on what we do in an ICE air evacuation. You get out first. Another said they will not give us an answer. It's only a matter of time, a third said, before a deportation flight ends in disaster. Just save yourself. Quit your bitching. Lala didn't think she had a chance at a flight attendant job. She hadn't, in truth, remembered applying to Global X until a recruiter called to say the startup was coming to her city, but I guess I did apply through LinkedIn. She said she'd been working in an office job, long hours, blah, blah, blah. The job interviews were held at a resort. The room was packed with dozens of aspirants when Lala showed up. After the first round, only about 20 were asked to stay. She couldn't believe she was one of them. Out of the second round came a job offer, $26 an hour, plus daily expense allowance. Soon, Lala got a uniform, a blue cardigan, a white polo shirt, an eye-catching scarf in cyan and light green. All right, let's go to the part where they're bitching. In the beginning, we were told that because it's a charter, it's only going to be elite celebrities. Lala said. Everybody was really excited, but flying was not going to be all glitz. The real reason for having flight attendants is safety. Global X was certified by the FAA, blah, blah, who cares? We're there to evacuate you, one recruit told ProPublica. Yes, we make good drinks, but we evacuate you. Okay. Let's keep going down here. Arm and disarm doors with our duty, blah, 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 don't care. Yeah, dude, these flight attendants are really uppity. I don't want to read all this. Yeah. Lawless and others said no one told them how to evacuate. Okay, they're still on this shit. Yeah, so they're really trying to hammer the point, like how dangerous it is to transport criminals. Yeah, there's always going to be a risk transporting criminals. Doesn't matter if it's by plane or by vehicle or on horseback. Who the fuck is calling me? The fuck is this? Oh shit, it's Chaz. Guys, Chaz is joining the chat. Joining the stream. Chaz, are you there? Can you hear me?
Don't be one of the apes, Geo. Apes are animals, and animals are just food to me. Can chat hear me?
Speak again.
Look, Geo.
Yeah, they can hear you.
You're one of the apes, man. I don't think you've been taking your meds like you've been supposed to be taking them.
I am not a fucking ape. I am a frog. How dare you?
No. You are just being one of the apes. You don't think for yourself.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm referencing.
I don't know where this ape stuff is coming from. Look, like, do you want a chimp out on stream?
Geo, do you love someone? A woman? Your mommy?
Maybe.
Well, look, you see, those feelings, those thoughts are just chemical imbalances going through your brain, making you think and do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Okay, you've been consuming too much Rick and Morty. You're consuming too much Rick and Morty, and I don't like it.
I'm just looking out for you, buddy. Don't be one of them. Don't be an ape.
Wait, am I an ape, or am I not supposed to be an ape? Chemical imbalances, science, or what? What are we doing here?
Don't be an ape, but you are acting like an ape. I'm saying rise above it.
Well, I'd rather be an ape than a Judas goat. That's for sure.
You hear that, chat? He's just one of the apes.
No, I'm a frog.
I was looking out for you, buddy.
What have you been up to, man? What have you been up to?
Fuck all nothing, but here's what I mean. I played a video game called Haze, where all that shit comes from, and stuck with me. You know,
I never played Haze. I never got into it. I wanted to, but
it fucking sucks. It's awful,
dude. It was well reviewed.
No, dude. No. It's like 4.5 on Metacritic. It is the most mid as fuck FPS game. Like, and because of how mediocre it is, it's probably worse because of that. Like, no, Geo, Haze sucks. I made an entire video talking about Haze, but, you know, if you were a true Kaiden Chaz fan, you will have watched it. But
dude, I haven't been on fucking YouTube, bro. I've been missing. I've been really fucking busy.
I get that, but, you know, you can't spare 40 minutes to listen to me rant about a FPS game that's like 10 years old at this point, man.
Yeah, dude, that game is literally over a decade old. It is a decade old. I never even played it.
It's on a retro console.
I remember when it came out, I was like too poor to afford it, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not playing this game. But it didn't seem like I missed it.
I got for $7 on eBay.
Oh, what console? 360 or what?
It's PS3 exclusive. Oh, it was kind of supposed to be one of Sony's like Halo killers, where it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna compete with Halo. And
yeah, they had a million of those. They had Resistance, Killzone, and I guess Haze. Those are like the three.
Haze.
Yeah, you know, Halo killers or whatever.
The trifecta of Halo killers.
Yeah. So no. Well, what'd you do for New Year's, man?
Nothing.
Well, I guess that's good.
Yeah, I didn't get drunk or anything. Just stayed up till New Year's.
Do you have a New Year's resolution or no?
Well, I mean, it's gonna sound cringy and cliche, but you know, New Year, new me. I've been going to the gym like all this week, just getting back to it. I've done like 2 leg days in the past week or so. Not super intensive. I'm not like squatting 315, you know, but I'm just trying to focus on getting there and just doing reps. You know,
well, you
it's like,
sound like you're in high spirits, so this is good.
well,
Yeah,
you
guys,
see, that's just the facade. You know, you're one of the apes. You don't see through my lies and deception, which is good on my part.
I see. I see. Well,
But anyways,
we should do a video game stream soon. We should play one of my baby games, like Party Animals or something. Dude, Party Animals released a new map, and there's like sharks and shit in the water. It's so great.
Dude, we should play Haze co-op. I'm kidding, of course. The online
dude,
servers.
that sounds like a really fucking bad time. That sounds like such a bad time.
I mean, playing it by myself was horrible, but playing with the boys, that'd be great. But anyways, so dude, Trump just Trump raped Venezuela. Like, let's just be honest.
More so like Maduro. You know what would have been great? Like, here's another massive criticism I have for this. Those guys should have been wearing body cams. They should have hog-tied Maduro and then just start like Fortnite dancing, like right on top of him. That'd be so fucking funny.
Dude, you just start didn't someone like blow up a tomb for some glup shito dictator or something?
Yeah, they shot
Hugo
down
Chavez or
Hugo
whatever.
Chavez was the former president of Venezuela, and they blew it up.
It's some mad lad just like, hey, yo, guys, check this out.
It was petty as fuck. It was petty as fuck.
Dude, that is hilarious. Like, good. Like, that's great.
Well, guys, we were able to stream close to an hour, but my food is here, so I gotta go. Well, Chaz, I'll message you. We'll talk in a second.
Yeah, it's all.
I just gotta get a bunch of stuff in the house.
I mean, in all honesty, I do need to take care of my stuff tonight, but next week.
Next week let's do something. I just wanted to do like a really quick stream, because I also got some stuff to 3D print. And
cool.
dude, my 3D. I could talk about my 3D printer forever, but there were some problems, but I got it fixed, and it was mostly my fault. So guys, thanks for hanging out. Geo's dipshit baby games are really fun to watch. Oh my god, super gay. Okay, so
no, they're fun.
I don't know. You know what? Maybe when I'm at my living room and we're doing like a fun game, we just fuck around. That'd be kind of great. But yeah, it's good to hear you, man. I was gonna message you. Me and Chronic were supposed to do like a live stream together, but I just been so fucking busy, dude, and like our hours just don't align. But hopefully that changes like in February. So we'll see. I
mean, it's all good. Everybody's off doing their own thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, like you said, new year, new me. I don't know if I have any resolutions. Just keep kicking ass at life. I mean, just doing good and be positive. I can't wait to get the Dawn of War the Space Boy Colonial Marine up on Etsy for people to buy. Dude, the amount of effort it took to put this together, you have no idea. It's not even just that, but like I had to paint it and shit, and I had to try all these different techniques for this for the armor for my Chud puppet, my Chud Marine puppet. So yeah, no game.
Well,
it's not I don't want to, but I gotta go outside. I gotta go outside right now.
All right.
Guys, who knows? Maybe I'll do another stream in a couple days.
Yeah. Hey, have a good night, chat. Gio, enjoy your dinner. And,
yeah, buddy.
We'll talk later.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. You guys have a good night. Don't do drugs. Peace out.
Unless it's nectar.
I don't know about that. All right, buddy. I'll message you.
Chat gets it. All right. Have a good night.